Indiana Jones, an adventure icon with his trusty whip and hat, has spawned many films, video games, and other pieces of merchandise throughout the years. And so, there would be a few influences throughout, with video games being a great place for these types of games out there, with Tomb Raider creating many elements we would still see today. And then there's Uncharted, starring Nolan North as Nathan Drake. You follow various trails like in the first game, finding Sir Francis Drake's coffin and tracking down the lost city of gold. And so, you will come across various games that maybe want to do something similar. Enter Unearthed. Hey everyone, how's it going? Total Level here, and today I am checking out Unearthed Trail of Ibn Battuta Episode 1 Gold Edition on PC Steam here, so want to check this out because this just looked like the most blatant ripoff of Uncharted and didn't look like a great game, and I have this weird fascination with these types of games, and for whatever reason it was in my Steam library. I keep just checking random games on there, came across this and it was there. Don't know how I got it, but I have it there, so want to check this out. And if you enjoy these types of videos and you want to see more, be sure to leave a like and subscribe and comment down below if you want to see me talk about more kind of rip-off games, weird games, bad games, all that sort of stuff, because I am fascinated with these. There's a lot to talk about, and as long as the games aren't so frustrating that I just bang my head so much trying to get through, I don't mind playing through these types of games. And luckily for Unearthed, it was a pretty short game, very short game I should say, and wasn't frustrating at all, just a lot of weirdness and kind of hilarious moments throughout my playthrough. But few things to go over first is the title, Episode 1. There is no Episode 2. There were plans for, sorry, I got my notes here, developer Semaphore, there we go, yeah. They did announce that a full-fledged game under the name, sorry, let me look again, called El Raquez. Like, it was, they dropped the episodic nature of it. They were going to do a full-fledged game, and it was announced in 2018, but since 2023, no word has come out at all on that. They also have two other games under the Badia titles. I hope I'm saying that right, called Desert Survival and Battle Royale. Battle Royale is a mobile-only title, while Desert Survival is on Steam there, but yeah, just very, very strange and weird to have like Episode 1, but yeah, there's no other episode. At least even Valve knew how to make a Half-Life 2 Episode 2. They don't know how to count to 3, but they can count to 2 at least, and yeah, it was just weird. And then the Gold Edition, because believe it or not, this game originally came out in 2013, worldwide in 2014, because it was Europe first and then worldwide in 2014, as I guess the game got denied on Steam multiple times, so took a while to get on there. And yeah, it was also like the first, or one of the first games on PlayStation 3 to use the Unity engine, and I guess it was just in a really bad state, so the Gold Edition is actually more improved. They patched the game a lot, so to the credit of Semaphore, at least they did something with the game. They didn't just like release it and do no extra work. Now, the game is still bad. It's still one of the worst games I've ever played, but credit where credit is due, right? I do wish I could hear or see more of the development for how this game came to be, how it started, because when we dive into the game, you'll see like there's no structure to this, there's no going through it. And yeah, I think I'll talk about Ibn Battuta later on as I talk through the game, right? Because yeah, I think that'll be best. So without further ado, let's just dive into my journey through Unearthed Trail of Ibn Battuta Episode 1 Gold Edition, because yeah, it's a game you can beat in under an hour, but Man, what an hour it was. I just want to point out too that this game is almost 8 gigabytes to install. So the first thing is to change to 1080p. Every time I started this game it was 720p, and I won't go any higher in fear of the game crashing. There's also so many different languages here. For voices it's just English and Arabic, but others for subtitles it's a lot here, and something tells me that these won't be accurate, but I can't fully say. And starting the game, we get this movie trailer like opening credits with the transitions and music playing with the main character being Ferris Jawad. And while the game has a credited composer, I don't know how much was actually original music, as when I said the music sounds like movie trailer music, that's because they use Symphony of Spectres for that music. And other tracks throughout the game are from other sources, so I'm not sure how much is original here, to be honest. And it starts off with you being in some building, badly hurt. I took cover here and wanted to see if the enemy could hit me here. They could not. So I shot everyone with the shooting, feeling just off. I can't put my finger on it. And you also get introduced to the amazing one-on-one melee combat system. Seriously, these were probably the worst parts of the game, and it happens the most often throughout. Luckily, they're very easy to get through though. Then you enter this room where you get the cliched, "You may be wondering how I got myself in this mess" moment, and we flash back to 3 weeks ago. You arrive at Ahmos's temple with no explanation as to why, as you and your sister are looking for a necklace made of about half a pound of gold to make this archaeological breakthrough. Unearthed also breaks the fourth wall and isn't shy about its influences, where your sister isn't going in because Ferris has played games about raiding tombs and uncharting mysteries. Don't think uncharting is a word either. And so right away, I don't know what Unearthed wants to be and where the story wants to go. It was just a weird conversation, but here we are. Now, the first thing we need to do in Ahmos's temple is this basic fountain puzzle where we need to get these keys to get the water flowing again. Two things. One, Ferris apparently knows this right away, which seems weird to me. And two, as you put these keys into the fountain, the water keeps flowing and doesn't stop, so it makes no sense that you need to get all 4 keys to fill the fountain, since one key would keep the water flowing, and I see no drains in the fountain, so it should continue to flow, but okay, sure. Then when I got the 4th key, I thought I would try jumping and see if I can just go through some platforms, or see if they were actually solid objects. Well, I missed completely and died in the fountain, but when I respawned, I had all 4 keys in my possession, so I just inserted them and continued. Unintentional shortcut for the win! Then after traversing, we get to this really dark room where we need a torch and move very slowly. Then there were some traps that I just had to see what the death would look like here. Moving on, we have my favorite part, the boulders. Easy to get through, but it's my favorite because I just had to see what would happen if you touch the boulders. Hilarious, so I did it again. Then I went through for real this time, and on this occasion the boulders clearly fell on my head, but I was fine, so I have no idea what triggers the death sequence for these boulders. Next, we have 2 rooms to get into to get these daggers to put into a door to open it. The first room was basic enough. Climb up, avoid these arrow type traps, and get the dagger, but here's some ASMR for you.
Just a little more.
Now, onto the second room, and I'm going to pause here for a minute. Let me ask you something. How do you think we can get through this room? We need a dagger, but it's too far to jump, and we can't enter the lower part of the room as we have no way to climb back out. Well, let's let Ferris's sister explain.
See one of the statues holding the dagger on the other side of the room. There must be a way to get across it, but it doesn't look so safe for me to climb down and look for it, though. And even if I did, I don't think I will be able to climb up again.
Let me see. Then in this case, you can use the RC car I bought a while ago. The remote control has a small screen that will help you control it better.
Yep, you use your trusted RC car that's heavy enough to put pressure on pressure plates for platforms to appear to jump to. Very obvious to me, as everyone should explore with their trusty RC car. After getting the treasure, we are ambushed and do the awesome one-on-one combat. After we need to escape while fighting the enemies and avoiding some previous traps, I died some dumb deaths in the dark room, and then I died near the end cause I couldn't see where the enemy was shooting me from. We then make it outside where our car is shot by an RPG, and so we confront our assailant, and it's one-on-one fight time. Our sister Dania then saves us, and we do this scripted on-rails shooting event of some sort. It's just another weird moment. And then we get a call from Rashid Al-Kalabi, where we have reception here, I guess, which Ferris does make a comment on himself, as we need to go to Morocco for a very interesting proposition, where the bad bald guy with no name is sending his men after us as well, as he knows we're going there too somehow. I don't know at this point. Then we talk to Rashid walking down the streets, and these are just awkward moments because there will be some lines of dialogue and then nothing but silence.
Later this month. Combine that with the scenery, and well, you understand why we call Tangier the Bride of the North.
Also, you can't go anywhere here, I tried. But we talk about Ibn Battuta a bit and learn that Rashid has documents from Iba Jasue that lead to some secrets that many will kill and die for, so Ferris and Dania are in. This is where I wish we learned more about Ibn Battuta, because it did seem interesting just with how far he traveled, more than people like Marco Polo, and did this for over 30 years too. It's pretty interesting, and yeah, I would like to know more. But anyways, more weird dialogue where before we even get to Rashid's apartment, Rashid makes a note that someone broke in. I guess he just knows. And now we are chasing this guy down, another one-on-one fight, and the diary pages are gone as this guy must have transferred them to who he was working for somehow conveniently, just like that. And now we have guards tracking us down, so it's stealth time. Yeah, it's just 2 guards and then stealth time is done. Get in the red car of Rashid's and avoid the police now. This part was so weird because all it said was avoid the police, don't get hit by them. This section lasted a long while. I thought it was maybe bugged because I was driving for quite a long time. And if you notice, the buildings might look the same because this driving section loops on itself after like 3 blocks. And apparently you can crash as much as you want because I didn't take any damage except if I hit a police car, so it was just very, very strange. But after a while it does trigger the next cutscene and we are at the end of the game. And now that we're at the end of the game, how do you think this game ends? Well, let me do something that you might think is a bit of a sidetrack, but it does line up as have any of you watched Whose Line Is It Anyway? the game where everything is made up and the points do not matter. So, originally from the UK, got adapted to the US and other countries throughout, but UK and US are kind of the two most popular ones, as in the US version, which I believe they played in the UK version just called Mission Impossible, but they changed it to the US of Improbable Mission. Maybe they kept it the same in the UK, I can't remember, but basically it's a Mission Impossible type of game where basically it's always played by Colin and Ryan, and you have a third person who sets up kind of the mission for them, but the whole funny kind of improv gag is that the audience kind of picks a mundane task for them to do that shouldn't be impossible, like doing the laundry, buying groceries, things like that. And so they have to get like this burnous for some leader and everything, and the game ends with Colin sort of like gain a match from Ryan, burning the burnous, and then pulling out a new one, and that's how the game ends. Sorry, I'm not really showing the clips with audio, but I know that clip is very copywritten, so hopefully like the small little clips I shown without the audio will be okay. But yeah, that's the whole game with the cat. And I lined this up because how do you think Unearthed Trail of Ibn Battuta Episode 1 ends? Well, what if I told you it basically ends the same way? Let me show you.
I had a feeling I had been watched, but I didn't expect all this.
But now the diaries are gone.
Luckily, I made a copy of them about a week ago. It's in the glove compartment.
Yep, he had all the notes in his diary the whole time, copied, everything like that, so that's how the game ends, and then it does this weird live-action transition for whatever reason, I don't know, and then, yeah, the most, again, just stereotypical trailer type of music at the end with nothing really shown to hype you up for episode 2, just some characters talking, and that's it. That's the whole game, and how they got this voice cast, because besides the person who voices Ferris in this, every voice actor in this game is like super talented. They're very prominent today. They do a lot of voices today with I still can't believe I'm saying this, with voices like Tara Platt and Troy Baker. Like, Indiana Jones himself for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is here. Troy Baker is here. And, man, you know, not to mention he was in Uncharted as well. But, yeah, it was just like, really? Wow. And I could not believe the voice cast. And, yeah, what journey that was. And I do wish games like this were better. I wish they were put together much better, that they didn't feel like complete ripoffs, because the whole story of Ibn Battuta seemed like it could have been really cool to learn about. I don't know about him. I don't know really anything about Muslim travelers, right? And it was kind of fascinating to just the little research I did to know that this guy traveled for over 30 years, was like a slave at some point. I don't think he was ever king. The game says he was king, but my little, you know, just quick research seemed like he was never a king, but he associated with a lot of kings, right? And it was just really cool, and it could have been interesting to learn more about him, stuff that Uncharted really does well of learning about. Yeah, Francis Drake and Marco Polo, right? People like that. And yeah, it's just too bad it ends up this way, that I have to say this is just a blatant ripoff with voice actor of Ferris. Like, that's the whole thing. Ferris, the whole character, is not just designed to look like Nathan Drake. Even his voice sounds like Nathan Drake, Nolan North, whatever, and it's just Man, no originality, no polish to this game. Hilarious deaths with, like, the boulders, and yeah, it was definitely a journey, just not the journey I was hoping for, but it was still fun to play through in a way, just to see this game, to see, trying to figure out what they were trying to go for, because I couldn't tell you what they were trying to go for, and this is why I wish I could learn more about how the development started, why they wanted to do this game, what the thought process was, right? But there's not really much information I could find on that, but if you guys have more information for me, again, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear, and like I said, let me know if you want to see me play more types of games like these, because again, it was fascinating and my whole playthrough wasn't frustrating at all. It was just funny. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, really appreciate it, and I will see you next time. Thanks everyone, have a wonderful rest of your day. Hold on just a minute, I don't think I'm done yet. If other people are going to be explorers go wherever, I think I should do the same. I think it's time for me to dress up and explore. So goodbye everyone, I'll see you in another, let's say 40, 50 years or something. I want to beat even Batuta, because he beat Senki and Marco Polo in travel distance, so it's my turn now. Alright, let's get ready for this. Alright, I'm ready to do this now. See you guys in about 40 or 50 years. Ah, oh my god, it's cold out. Okay, maybe I'll wait till the summer. Screw that. Bye guys, I'm going to stay here for a while. Hey everyone, thanks for watching, really appreciate it. If you enjoyed what you saw, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to see more. Also follow me on X, Twitch, Bluesky, and I am back on Facebook now. All links will be on my About page, so follow me there. Even if it's just for the skits I do, I need someone to follow me. Okay, probably not the best way to encourage people, but anyways, I'll see you next time. Have a great day, everyone.